Rainalon here. Today is another build showcase and it's Dread. So let us immediately start. Starting with the mods I'm using. Vital Sense, critical damage, it's a crit bow, so it's a must have. Prime Shred, fire rate, punch through, helps it a lot with clearing. Galvanize, aptitude, status chance, and direct damage plus status on a target. Critical delay, a lot of critical chance, negative fire rate is not that big of a deal. We also have a massive increase in fire rate here, so we're still in the positive in, not really fire rate, it's called charge time on bows. Galvanized chamber, multi-shot, kill stuff, given more multi-shot. Infected clip, toxin, and we're using prime cryo rounds, gives us cold, toxin, cold, viral. Viral is very good even now. And for the last mod, I'm using Prime Bane, which is a multiplier damage against the faction. So you just swap this against the faction fighting. For Ganir, use the Bane of Ganir. For Corpus, use Bane of Corpus. So yeah, those are the mods I'm using. For the Exilus weapon adapter, if you have one, I don't. I highly recommend using like Vigilant Supplies. It just makes it you never run out of ammo. Terminal velocity is also very good. This is a projectile weapon. You shoot a bow, so makes the projectile faster, and it's quite noticeable. And it's another thing if you really enjoy. General, these two are by far the best. It's all on you if what you like. So yeah, those are the mods. For the arcane, of course, you're gonna shoot enemies in the head with a bow. So use Prime Deadhead. Gives you 120% damage, stacks up 3 times, that's 360% increased damage. Also gives you 30% headshot multiplier for even more damage. The weapon recoil doesn't do anything on bows, so overall this is by far the best in slot. For the stats, it does have an Incarnon form, so Incarnon makes this weapon even stronger, but overall Dread has a really high critical chance, a generic crit multi, a weak stash chance, and a really high base damage compared to a lot of other bows. It's heavily focused on slash. Yes, we have viral, and viral is kinda going to be the main stat we're going to be proccing most of the time. But if you proc slash, enemies are going to bleed to death really fast. So yeah, it has a really good Riven disposition, so I recommend look for a solid Riven. There are people who always sell the red Riven for really cheap, so look into that. Overall, yeah, those are the stats, the mods, the arcane. Time for me to show you the evolutions. So the first evolution, you sacrifice silence, you get heat. So not only you're gonna proc puncher slash impact and viral, you're also going to proc heat, so that's 5 elements, which is quite nice when you transform it. Second evolution gives you a lot of base damage. I don't know why did they do this, but yeah, it gives you plus 70 base damage, and when enemies are below 50% health, you get 100% increased damage, which is quite nice. The third evolution gives you projectile speed, so with terminal velocity it will give you another 60, so that's 90% projectile speed. It's very nice when you have a large projectile speed on projectile weapons. It's quite noticeable, so you test it if you want to see if you like it or not. And for the fourth evolution, I'm using the increases critical chance by 10%, which is a flat crit chance increase, and increases my status chance by 10%, which is, I find this one by far the highest DPS increase compared to the other ones. So yeah, those are the evolutions I'm using on the red. Time for me to show you in game. So I'm gonna spawn immediately Steel Path Orc in Battle Group dudes, level 195. Shoot these dudes in the head, one-shot them to get those deadhead stacks. Now I am capped at deadhead. And shoot the heavy gunner, and as you can see I proc slash. And yeah, it's gonna bleed to death from a singular bow shot. Viral procs, dead. So yeah, as you can see, high level content, just one-shots anything in the head. It's still one of the best bows in the game. We also have punch through from Prime Shred. Makes it we can hit multiple times, multiple enemies. So yeah, that's the regular Dread, which is still to this day really good. time for me to show you the Incarnon form. So Incarnon form, you kind of must have punch through, because without punch through it just doesn't feel that good. So what it does is, it shoots a horizontal wave, gives it like a slight range. It doesn't scale with Firestorm, so don't try to put Firestorm on. But as you can see, it's quite nice. One amazing thing about it is, not only it's wider, it also gives you even more base damage increase. And it's kind of desecrating these corrupted heavy gunners nearly level 200. The only downside I have with this is, because it's wide, it's hard to hit headshots. So sometimes even if I shoot this guy, even if he died from a single hit, it didn't headshot him, so it has a problem with hitbox for being a wide projectile. So I find the regular Dread stronger in terms of single target DPSing enemies in the head, rather than the Incarnon form, but that's the only weakness. In general, most of the time you're just going to be one-shotting. So yeah, that's Dread. Incarnon, I hope you enjoy the build. Please leave a like and it will help me out a lot, and see you all next time. Thank you. Goodbye.